Hello and happy Thursday to all my truth seekers, whistleblowers, ex-J-dubs, ex-witnesses, whatever you want to call yourself. I call myself free and liberated, happy, enjoying life without fear and guilt. So I hope you are having a great Thursday. I know I've been focusing a lot on the people that come and pop up on our posts, still trying to Bible thump us for whatever reason. Someone said they're probably counting their comments to us as field service time. I said I wouldn't put it past those snakes, but anyway, they enjoy our content. That's why they pop up. Their guilt make them comment. But I wanted to mention about elders. I think that's what I was going to focus on today. And my story, if you've been following my videos, I've told you I was a ministerial servant 3 different times. Once was in the 90s, like the late 90s. I was a ministerial servant. I was one like starting in 2015, 2016, somewhere like that. I was a ministerial servant for almost 3 years. And then most recently, before I left the organization altogether, I was a servant as well. I think each time I would get to a certain point, and I was doing a lot. I had a lot of responsibilities that the elders had entrusted with me, and I enjoyed what I did around the congregation. So you may be wondering, like, why I never became an elder. And it's 2 different reasons for that. I think the first reason is because deep down, I always had this feeling that I just never really wanted to be like most elders that I saw or dealt with. And then the other side of that is, I think most of it is probably, looking back, probably self-sabotage, because I didn't want to advance to become an elder. And I'll keep explaining in the next video. So yeah, just the way the elders moved. And I'm not saying every elder, like I always have to put out my disclaimer. I'm not saying every elder is bad or every elder is shady, but I've dealt with some shady, distrustful elders. After all, they are human. Like our governing body, they're imperfect. They're humans. Some are honestly going to make mistakes because of imperfection. Then you have those that are just assholes. Like, there's no way to sugarcoat it. And like, that wannabe power goes to their head, and it makes them move differently. Their actions, their speech, the way they treat people in the congregation, gossiping like little girls. I didn't like who I am is just me. And I always tell people, if I'm saying things, whether it's electronically or face to face, it's always going to be the same. Like, I am who I am. I'm not going to put on a front for anyone. And it's like, every time I was a servant, the elders, some would try to like mold me into who they wanted me to be. And that's not going to work for me. It never worked at a job. It's not going to work at the Kingdom Hall. I'm just going to be who I am. And that's like what we all should be doing. And so that was like something that really left a bad taste in my mouth. And I'm talking like in Georgia and here in Washington, when I was a servant in both states. That's just how it is. They want you to move a certain way when you're an elder. And like I said, I'm just me. I'm not a snake. I'm not going to be moving behind people's back or always accusing them of something or always negative. Like, with some elders, you can never ever measure up to what they want. It's always something you have to work on. And I'm like, I want to get to you all's level where, you're perfect on earth right now. Like, it's always something with some elders. So that left a bad taste in my mouth as well. I think the time I was talking about when I was appointed in 2015, there was actually a real close friend of mine. He was an elder. Sadly, he passed away last year. But a real close friend, and I could just relate to him. I called him my Washington dad because he always had my back. But he was like visibly angry one day when we were out in service, and he said that like the whole body wanted to recommend me to be a servant, but it was this one elder holding back, saying he wanted to see me do more. And he's one of those like old school asshole elders, and it's just like, I told my friend, I was just like, don't even worry about it. Like, I still have privileges in the home, like way more than the average brother. Like, I'm happy. It'll give me time to keep developing myself, and whenever I get appointed, it'll be the perfect time. That's what I told him. And the next CO's visit, 6 or 7 months later, I was appointed. But it's things like that. Like, and this brother, he never really liked me for whatever reason. And I don't care. Like, that's his issue. And he'll have to deal with that, in his own due time. But it's things like that that really left a bad taste in my mouth. Another thing was, it has to do with the story I was telling you all about when I had the Instagram account for witnesses, and I had over 80,000 followers, and I was getting like all kind of crazy messages from sisters in the truth. And one of them got mad. She had sent me pictures, I deleted them, and I blocked her. And she's in Michigan, I'm in Washington. She ended up like calling my elders and telling them that I did all kind of inappropriate things with her online, sent her pictures. My response was like, set up a video conference with all of us and let's just discuss it, because she's lying. And so a couple of elders, they were like acting like they didn't believe me, and that like pissed me off. I took that personally, because every time I've gotten in trouble in the past, and I told them this, I've told on myself. Like, I don't need anyone to like snitch on me. I tell on myself, and I'm telling them in the Kingdom Hall, no, I did not do this. And so I'm like pissed off, because like she's, I'm a servant, and they're all worried. Like, we have a servant like sending inappropriate things to like sisters, and I'm telling them, no, I don't move like that. And so my offer's good. Like, contact her elders, tell them let's all just have this big group video conference or whatever they want to do to set matters straight. I have nothing to hide. So like a week goes by, and they pull me back in their little, I call it the boom boom room, that little damn office. That was my second home in the Kingdom Hall. But they pulled me to that back room, and they said, we talked to her elders. They reached out to us again. They offer their deepest apologies to you. They said this isn't the first time she's done this. She's accused other brothers of doing that too. He sounds like a great brother. Please give him our apologies, and like, let's just forget this whole thing. I'm relieved. I mean, I already knew the truth because I didn't send her shit, but it's like those couple of elders who didn't believe me, it really bothered me. So fast forward like 2 years, okay, and I get in some trouble. And so, do you know, one of the elders in my committee, like the other two are just trying to encourage me to do their little elderly thing and read me scriptures and all that. this one elder, he was like, this makes me question what happened a couple of years ago. I'm like, what do you mean? And he said, I want to know, is what that sister accused you of, is it true? I have never ever in all my years cursed in a kingdom hall. But at that committee meeting, the words were flying. Like, I was livid. Like I said, her elders exonerated me. Like, why the hell would you bring that shit up? And I was like pissed until one of the other elders in the committee was like, okay, we need to take a break. Let's let, what did he say? Let's let, that phrase they always use. Let's let calmer heads prevail. Because I was livid. I was about ready to tear his head off. And like, yeah, I didn't talk to him. I still haven't talked to him again. And it's things like that that I said, I just do not want to be an elder. If it turns me into an asshole like that, I'm never going to be an elder. And I also don't like how, like, sneaky you have to be an elder. It's like, they will smile in your face before the meeting and shake your hand and, talk it up with you. As soon as that concluding prayer is done and you say amen, they're tapping you on the shoulder, trying to take you to that little back room. And, they had this thing, their little elder formula. I call it the triple C. First they give you commendation, shoot a rainbow up your ass telling you how good you're doing and keep up the good word. And then comes the second C, which is counsel. Then that's, they're going to tell you the bullshit they want you for. Whether it's an accusation or whether it's another elder's seen or heard you have done something. Usually what that is, that means an elder's wife has told him something. I saw this, or I heard him doing that. That's usually how they get their information. The damn nosy ass wives. And then it's the third C, more commendation. So you need to work on that. But like we said, you're doing a great job, and we look forward to you doing even better in the future. Like, it's all bullshit. So I've been around the organization so long, I could have easily been an elder. I know how to move to be an elder, but that's just not me. I like to be authentic. I like to be myself. And some had a problem with that, and that's their damn issue, not mine. I was happy doing what I was doing as a ministerial servant without having the headache of being an elder. I didn't have that extra responsibility of having to deal with people in the congregation. I didn't have the added responsibility of, like, they said they try to shepherd the flock. I didn't have all that responsibility. I had a boatload of privileges and things that I did in the congregation, on the circuit level, on the regional level, without the headache of being an elder. And I could still look myself in the mirror and be happy because I wasn't an asshole. I was me, and I'm always going to be me. And now that I'm out of that organization, I'm even happier, because I don't have people looking down at me all the time, trying to find something wrong, nitpicking every little thing I do. And I think to sum up my elder rant, it's crazy. Like, I was so devoted to that damn religion / cult. The things that I'm finding out now, and I have some great individuals that like private message me different things, because like I always tell the idiot zealots that pop up on my posts, I'm not going by emotion, I'm going by facts. And I've seen court documents that are factual that they can go look up to, but they don't want to because their little bubble will be burst. And I'm having people send me information that are facts, and letters. One of my friends, man, she sent me a letter, like, that was from a branch to a bodybuilders in the congregation. She sent that to me this morning, and when I tell you that I literally got sick to my stomach on what they was telling this body of elders to do, and like, I'm livid. I gave my life. I devoted my life to this organization. And for them to, like, knowingly lie and hide shit, I'm livid, I'm pissed, and now my devotion and all my strength and energy is going to be to take these motherfuckers down. And, like, it's as simple as that. Like, they took 54 years of my life, like, for lies and bullshit and fear mongering. And I'm not gonna rest until the world knows, like, what a fraud they are. So yeah, I'm very happy with the choices I've made. And I'm gonna expose them as much as I can and try to help people realize that they're wasting their lives and time and energy on that bullshit organization. So yeah, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm tired of the lies, I'm tired of the deception, I'm tired of the misleading people. There's people like my parents who devoted their damn life to this organization. And people their age, and my parents are in their early 80s now. They've devoted their life to this religion, and it breaks my heart that something they put their hopes and trust in and dedicated their lives to is all for nothing. And like I said, I'm going to be clear, it's not anything against God, but it's against these damn humans that are supposed to be running this organization. That's who I have a fault with, and I'm not going to stop until they're exposed. And so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. All you people who want to pop up and say someone hurt my feelings in the congregation, like, fuck that. No one hurt my feelings. Okay? I have factual reasons why I left the organization, and I'm going to be very vocal about it. And what can they do to me? I'm not scared. It all needs to be exposed, and I'm here for it. I was a very, very, very devout witness, and I defended the organization all my life because I felt it was right. But I'm a black and white person, and if I have facts in front of me that's showing me, like, the reality, that's what I'm rolling with. And I got emotional the last video because of my temper that I've had all my life, and when I get very, very angry, like, that the emotion comes out, and I'm very passionate about exposing them and helping people break free from the bullshit. So that's why I do what I do. That's why I made this TikTok account. That's why I made my Instagram account, XJDub, EXJDUB. I'm on Instagram as well. because I'm going to expose him. You know, the truth needs to come out, the real truth. Thank you for being here and supporting me.